Hello, everyone, and welcome into another stream here on the Sports Daily Media Network YouTube channel. Tonight we've got Houston going on the road to play Iowa State in, a game between top six teams. Houston is up to number 2 in the AP poll, and Iowa State is at number 6. As you can see on the screen, the records speak for themselves. It's been quite the year for both of them. Combined, just 5 losses between the two. Obviously, you've got some Big 12 title aspirations here. Houston is now in the driver's seat after Arizona's lost 2 games in a row. Iowa State not out of it yet, especially with a win tonight. So it should be a really good one. Coming into this game, Iowa State did beat Kansas in this arena just 2 days ago by 18. They bounced back from their tough loss at TCU. And then in terms of Houston, they are coming off of a couple of wins in a row here against BYU, Utah, and Kansas State by double digits, where they weren't really tested all that much. That for sure will not be the case tonight. They're going to have to play at a level, at a high level to win this game. Iowa State is favorites in this one, being at home, 2.5-point favorites. The Cyclones are 14-0 at the Hilton Coliseum this year. So it should be a really good one. In terms of the starting lineups, don't think we'll see anything out of the ordinary here. Both teams do lean on their, older veteran players a little bit more. And then in terms of Houston, they do have 2 freshmen in the starting lineup as well. So Big Monday here on ESPN has become synonymous with the Big 12. And, we saw Kansas take down Arizona last week. Now we've got Iowa State hosting Houston this week. It looks like a great environment there at Hilton. And they're just finishing up the starting lineup announcements right now. They're showing the Big 12 standings. It's Houston, it's Arizona, and then it's Iowa State. Kansas and Texas Tech also with 3 losses. So they're not out of it yet either. And then behind them is BYU at 7-5. So it really is down to the teams above BYU there. It should be a really, really solid game of basketball here, where, both these teams currently on the 2 line for bracketology purposes. A quad 1A win is going to whoever wins this basketball game. So that 4th spot, I've said in other videos, potentially up for grabs. Certainly the team that wins tonight might be thinking that they can get their hands on that last number 1 seed. And based on, the teams that are already there, it is likely that the South Regional, which is in Dallas, will be going to that 4th number 1 seed. So if either one of these teams get that, they'll likely be in the Dallas region, which would be big also for their fans to get down there to watch. Milan Momcilovic for Iowa State leads Division I in 3-pointers, 52%. Iowa State a little bit hit and miss outside of him. They're just 39% as a team. You have Joshua Jefferson, who's a threat from out there, and a double-double threat in his own right. But yeah, it should be a great game here, and looks like we're going to get underway in just about a minute. Nobody out of the ordinary in the starting lineups. It's Uzan, Flemings, Sharp, Sanak, and Tugler for the Cougars, and it's Lipsy, Toure, Jefferson, Momcilovic, and Buchanan for the Cyclones. Houston is in the black. Iowa State is in the yellow. And we are underway here at Hilton Coliseum. It'll be the Houston Cougars who control the tip. Flemings now has the switch on Momcilovic. Can Kingston Flemings make a move? Kicks it to the corner. Uzan, sidestep, triple, yes. Milos Uzan from downtown, and Houston take a 3-0 lead. A great sign for Houston that they're knocking some threes down. They're going to be tough to beat if they can do that. Now it's Jefferson here on the drive. He is bumped, and he'll go to the line for two. So an early foul on Houston center Chris Sinak. That'll be something to watch out for here. This will be Joshua Jefferson to the line for two. And the first one goes through. Just a shade under 70% on the year. But he goes 2 for 2. Nothing but net both times here. So Iowa State going to pick up full court. Want to keep the ball out of Kingston Fleming's hands. They're doing a pretty good job of that so far on this play. I feel like both defenses are at a level where it's probably going to come down to a lot of late shot clock one-on-one plays. Sharp now driving on Jefferson, fires it to the corner to Flemings. He doesn't have a lot of room. He's getting doubled. He's running out of time here. Kingston Flemings drives, pulls up from mid-range, and that is good. That is an incredible play there by Kingston Flemings to give Houston a 5-2 lead. Lipsy running off the double pin down here for Iowa State. A little bit of a nice ball screen defense there by Houston to cause a scramble situation. Now it's Jefferson driving on Sinak. Jefferson hooks it off the window, and it goes. So Joshua Jefferson with an early 4 points for the Cyclones. That is some pretty good defense there by Sinak. Forced a tough shot, but unable to get the stop. Sinak's going to take a three here. It's going to be an air ball, but it's going to be corralled by Sharp. And he throws it to Uzan, and he throws it right to Toure on the Iowa State. Here comes Toure in transition. He kicks it out to Lipsy. Now it's Momcilovic. Sidestep, triple, yes. Milan Momcilovic from downtown, and Iowa State take a 7-5 lead. Quick start to this one for the offenses, all things considered. This is a game that I would have guessed would have been somewhere in, or I still guess that is somewhere in the 60s. But now Uzan has it guarded by Momcilovic, looking for the switch, and he gets it. Kicks it to Tugler. Now Tugler takes the floater, and he is fouled. So that'll be a foul on Blake Buchanan. His first. And it'll be 2 free throws for Joe Tugler. And the first free throw was off the back iron, no good. 67% on the year for Tugler. Tugler has struggled from the line at times this year. The crowd behind the basket certainly making a lot of noise. And it's an empty trip to the line for Tugler, so 0 for 2. And Iowa State gets the rebound. Plata is coming into the game for Buchanan early for Iowa State. Buchanan doesn't want to pick up that second foul. It's Jefferson, now to Toure in the corner. Now it's over to Plata. Hands it off for Momcilovic, and Houston's ball screen defense forcing it so far out. Jefferson's going to take this three from the logo, and he hits. Joshua Jefferson from way downtown, and Iowa State take a 10-5 lead. Flemings on the drive, finds Sharp in the corner for three. No. Rebounded by Toure, and Iowa State bringing it back the other way. Momchilovich thinks about the shot from about 10 feet behind the line, but he doesn't take it. Jefferson now driving on Sanak. Kicks it to Toure. Corner triple. Pure. Toure from downtown, and it's 13-5 Iowa State. And Kelvin Sampson has seen enough. He's going to call an early timeout. So the Cyclones jump out to an 8-point lead early on, 16:22 remaining. I believe this will be the first media timeout. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few. We are back here from the under 16, or I guess it's over 16, but since it's within 30 seconds, it's the under 16 media timeout. Iowa State has hit a bunch of triples so far. They have pulled this thing out to a 13-5 lead here. Houston's defense, you got to make shots over them because they're so long and so tough inside. It's going to be a key for Iowa State to continue to make some jump shots if they want to keep scoring. So we'll see how Houston can respond from Iowa State throwing the first punch. Sacco is in for Houston, but that is their only change. Fleming's now guarded by Lipsy. Taman Lipsy, one of the best point guard defenders in the country. Fleming's now has Momchilovich on him. Step back triple over the defender. It's short. Rebounded by Lipsy. So really solid defense by the Cyclones so far. And there's going to be a quick foul there on Houston. It's going to be Sacco's first and the team's second. So 15:42 remaining. It's a nice cut there by Heisey, and he lays it up and in. And Iowa State has opened up a 10-point lead. So Nate Heisey, one of the first players off the bench for Iowa State, can provide that offensive spark. He does there. It's a 13-0 run in the last 3 minutes for Iowa State. How can Houston respond? They haven't been able to get a lot of good shots. Sharp from the wing, though, that's a good one, and it's pure. Emmanuel Sharp from downtown. And it's Houston's second three-pointer of the game. So now a horn set here for Iowa State. Lipsey tries to split the double team. He doesn't. Transition for Houston. Sharp from the same spot. It's short this time and rebounded by Lipsey. Heisey now driving and retreating. They get Jefferson down low. Quick double comes. Ball movement. Lipsey is wide open for three. No. Rebounded by Sacco. Oh, nope. It's actually going to be tied up. So it'll stay here with Iowa State. But really great short roll there from Jefferson and then backdoor cut there by Nate Heisey. That is how you have to beat this blitzing ball screen defense style from Houston. So Lipsey throws it into Toure. And now Toure gets hit on the backdoor cut, but it's blocked by Tugler. Fleming's now bringing it forward for Houston. Sharp. Now driving on Toure, throws it up to Tugler, who lays it up and in for two. So the Houston offense getting in a little bit of a rhythm here. It's down to 5. Toure now looking for Plata. He lays it up and in, and the foul. So Plata comes in off the bench, and he lays it in past Walker, and the foul. Walker tried to be in legal guarding position there, and he may have been. That might be a little bit of a tough call there. But a chance for a three-point play for Iowa State. Dominicos Plata misses the free throw. So down the other way we go. Flemings now. Shake and bake on Toure. Kicks it to Uzan in the corner. Now he retreats. And Milos Uzan now with Heisey on him. Kicks it to Walker. Now it's Sharp. And now it's Uzan. He loses it, gets it back to Flemings at the end of the shot clock. That three ball is good. So a chaotic offensive possession there by Houston and a really good defensive possession for Iowa State results in 3 points for the Cougars. Lipsey now gives it up and gets it back. Now Lipsey driving on Uzan, tries to go behind the back, loses it. Ball's on the floor, Lipsey gets it back. Keeps the possession with Momcilovic here. Momcilovic drives, floater, it's good. So another chaotic possession. And Momcilovic takes it to the hoop for 2. So the prolific three-point shooter, not just a three-point shooter. 19-13 Iowa State here as we're under 13 minutes left. Flemings now on the drive. Free throw line pull up. That is good. Man, that is hard to guard. So Kingston Fleming's getting a little bit of a rhythm here. And Houston's back within 4. Plata nearly turns it over, but Momcilovic is able to get it. Momcilovic fade away from the Big 12 logo. No good. And a loose ball foul on Iowa State. So they're showing the replay of the scramble situation there where Lipsey lost it and then got it back, and then Momcilovic just sort of takes it and floats it right over Tugler. Feels like we're going to see a lot of those plays today. It's not going to be one of those days, one of those games where you can run your clean offense and get a good look with the first option. It's going to be a lot of late shot clock stuff. You're going to have to be strong around the basket. Now Sharp has it. Snap back three. Yes, that rattles home. So Emmanuel Sharp and Houston have weathered the initial storm from Iowa State, and they are back within one. Two right now. Kicks it to Bateman. Now it's Buchanan inside. Backdoor cut by Heisey. He lays it up. No good. Sacco may have got a piece of that. Here's Sharp in transition. Emmanuel Sharp drives. Floater is no good, but he is fouled. So with 11:27 remaining, that means it's time for the under 12 timeout. It'll be 2 free throws for Emmanuel Sharp after the break. We are back from the under 12 timeout. They're showing some Kingston Fleming's highlights. He's made a couple of tough shots already in this one, and that is why he is in the that crop of great one and done freshmen that'll be taken very highly in the NBA draft. He has had a ton of great games against ranked teams this year. He had 42 on the road at Texas Tech in a game in which they lost, or they split with Texas Tech, I think. Yeah, he didn't do too poorly in the other one either, 23. So he has proven that his jump shot's starting to go in a little bit more. He is going to be one of the top 7 or 8 players drafted. So now Sharp to the line, and the first one rattles home to tie the game at 19. Iowa State been a little bit loose with the ball here, losing some dribbles, not super accurate with some passes. And Houston's been able to turn that defense into offense. So Emmanuel Sharp goes 2 for 2, and Houston has taken the lead. It's a 15-4 run for the Cougars to respond to Iowa State's 13-0 run. Lipsy gets it out to Toure. Toure driving on Sharp, can't do much with it. Now it's Bateman, and now it's Lipsy. Short rolls it to Buchanan. Short floater is good. So a pretty sharp offensive set there for Iowa State that resulted in the contested floater, but it went down. So now Flemings has it, guarded by Toure for Houston. Flemings goes right past Toure. Step, nope. Ball movement, zips it around. It's back to Flemings. Flemings guarded by Buchanan. He fires it over to Sharp. Sharp from way downtown. That is good. So Emmanuel Sharp, 11 points, including 3 triples so far in Houston, up 23-21. Jefferson now has it, guarded by Walker. Buchanan, now Bateman has it, splits the double team, he turns it over. Throws it up to Harwell in transition. Harwell steps back, takes the triple, no good, but it's rebounded by Sacco. But they're going to get him for a loose ball foul, so it'll go back to the Cyclones. Great ball movement this last possession for Houston. Wasn't even a super accurate pass there to Sharp, but he was able to go over there, get it, corral it, and make the triple. That's not bad defense from Iowa State. That's just better offense. All right, so back to Iowa State here after the loose ball foul. It's Momcilovic. Now it's Jefferson. Now back to Milan. Now Buchanan, top of the key. Now Lipsy and Houston. Just at every single pass here, they're right on him after they catch it. Buchanan one-on-one on Sinak. Kicks it to Jefferson from way downtown. That is no good. And it's rebounded by Sinak. And Houston will bring it forward. Some really, really great stuff defensively for Houston these last plays. They're right there on all the catches. They're hitting box outs. They're forcing tough shots, and they're getting the rebound. Sharp has it again for Houston. Is it going to be a heat check? No, he gives it up. Now it's back to Sharp. Now it's Uzan. He refuses the screen. He's going to take a long three right over Jefferson, and it is good. So Milos Uzan from way downtown, and Houston has a 5-point lead. Houston making a couple of tough shots here. They were down 15-5. They now lead 26-21. It's a 21-6 run for Houston. 6 of 10 from 3 already for the Cougars. Can Iowa State respond? Jefferson pump fakes, drops it down to Buchanan. Buchanan a bunch of pump fakes, and he is blocked by Harwell. Houston bring it the other way. It's Uzan. Guarded by Momcilovic. Uzan. Sinak. Top of the key. 3 ball. That is off. Ball is out of bounds. Off of Houston. It'll go back to the Cyclones. So Houston, 11 triples already attempted. That is probably not going to continue at that pace. There's 8:30 left in the first half here. Don't think we're going to see that many threes from Houston, but maybe if Iowa State continues to be tough inside. So Iowa State has it here. Heisey on the drive, kicks it to Lipsy. 3 ball is no good. Rebound in this scramble situation, and it's Uzan who gets it for the Cougars. Emmanuel Sharp now. turns it back. A long three. That is way off. Lipsy with the long rebound. Iowa State in transition here. Lipsy going downhill. Lipsy is fouled. So Lipsy will have 2 free throws after the under 8 media timeout. It's Houston 26, Iowa State 21. We'll be back. We are back from the under 8 media timeout. Houston fell behind early. It was a 15-5 lead for Iowa State. It has now completely flipped, and now Houston is up by 5, 26-21. But it is Tamin Lipsy for Iowa State, who will be going to the line for 2 free throws. Lipsy, not the best start to the game. He's had a few turnovers, but chance to get in a little bit of a rhythm here at the line. So Lipsy 65% on the season as he knocks the first one through. And 2 for 2 for the Iowa State point guard. So Houston up by 3 here. Iowa State was doing a really good job defensively early in the game, but Houston's hit a couple of tough shots. See if Iowa State can get back in that rhythm. It's a wide open triple for Miller. That's off the mark, and it's rebounded by Iowa State. Get it up to Lipsy in transition. Lipsy now picks up his dribble. He has to give it to Milan. Momcilovic backing down. Fade away from the free throw line is no good, but it's rebounded by Lipsy. Heisey, triple, yes. So Iowa State get the second chance, and it's Nate Heisey who knocks down the three, and we are tied at 26. So Iowa State 4 of 7 from downtown, Houston 6 of 13. Flemings now drives. Flemings fires it all the way over to Uzan. Uzan drives, picks up his dribble, kicks it. Miller drives, and Miller slams it home. So a good ball movement there by Houston, and it results in Miller punching it through right on top of Plata. So now Toure. Now it's Heisey over on the left wing, going down on Sanak. The double team comes. He's forced to retreat it. Lipsy now, under 10 seconds left on the clock for Iowa State. Lipsy slips it to Plata. Plata goes up, and he is fouled by Sanak. That'll be Sanak's second foul. But a great drive there by Miller, and he just dunks right on Plata. You might see that one in a couple of highlights. So now Plata to the line for two. The first one is in off of the rim. Sorry, 6:09 remaining. So Mercy Miller, the sophomore from Los Angeles, with the loudest 2 points of the game so far. So Plata goes 2 for 2, and we're back tied up at 28. So Blake Buchanan back in the game at the 5. Flemings refuses the screen, goes baseline, pulls up from mid-range. That is good. So Kingston Flemings, big impact on this game so far. He's already got 9. Toure now, forced to give it up. Nice pass to Heisey in the corner. He's open for 3. That is good. Nate Heisey from downtown to give Iowa State the lead. 8 points already for the transfer from Northern Iowa. See if Iowa State can get in a stance and force a tough shot. It's Flemings guarded by Toure. Flemings goes to his left, pulls up from mid-range again. That's an air ball. He wanted a foul. He's not going to get it. It's Momcilovic in transition. Now Toure fires it into Buchanan, and he is fouled by Walker. So that'll be a 1-and-1. That is the 7th foul on Houston. Want to thank everybody for tuning into this stream. If you could please like the stream, that would be great. It boosts the algorithm and all that. So it's 31-30 Iowa State here with a chance for 2 free throws. Or 1-and-1, rather. Blake Buchanan just 46% from the line on the year. First free throw is no good off the back iron, but it's tipped out by Jefferson, and Iowa State regain it. So Lipsy, wing side ball screen. Heisey now. Now it's back to Lipsy. Lipsy has the mismatch. He goes right past Tugler. He kicks it to Jefferson. Jefferson now has the mismatch. Driving it into the Big 12 logo. Turns around. That is off. Nice rebound there by Kingston Flemings. And Houston's going to come the other way. Flemings goes baseline. Fires it right to Heisey. It's a turnover. Heisey looking in transition, and he's going to retreat because Lipsy hit the floor. Now Lipsy has it. Lipsy drives it all the way to the hoop and lays it in. So Taman Lipsy hit the deck there in the initial break, but he's able to get back up and make an impact on the play. So the Iowa State crowd trying to will their team to a stop here. It's Flemings guarded by Heisey. Now it's over to Walker. Now it's Uzan. Milos Uzan has Jefferson on him. A little bit of a mismatch. Let's see what Milos tries to do. He kicks it to Walker for 3. That is off. Rebounded by Heisey. And here comes Iowa State We are under 4 minutes, so the next whistle will be immediate timeout. They have Buchanan in the post here, guarded by Tugler. He picks up his dribble, he's double teamed, and he is fouled. We'll see who they get with this one. But it'll be a 1-1 for Iowa State after the break. Iowa State leads 33-30. We'll be back after the last media timeout of the first half. All right, we are back here. 3:50 remaining in the first half. It's a 1-1 for Blake Buchanan. He missed the front end of the last 1-1, and he does so again here, but Iowa State tips it out again. So Houston, not going to be happy with those lack of free throw box outs. And Iowa State's been able to get a couple of extra possessions here, and they're going to call another foul on Houston. Looks like they're going to get Uzan with this one. And guess what? Another 1-1 for Blake Buchanan here. If he misses 3 front ends in the same couple of minutes here, that'll be really unfortunate. Can't be leaving this many points at the line against Houston. So Buchanan does make this one. So Iowa State up 34-30. And this one is short, and Tugler with the rebound. So 1 for his last 6, if you count the front ends as 2 misses, which I do. Or this lead could be even more. So Walker has been charged with 3 fouls, Sanak and Sacco with 2. So a little bit of foul trouble for Houston here in the first half, but it's Fleming's looking for something to happen here. It looks like a little bit of a matchup zone-ish. They get it to the corner. Uzan is trapped, and he's going to call a timeout. No, he's going to be out of bounds. No? Maybe he is a timeout. So he is going to be called for a timeout. 3:10 remaining. Houston trailing by 4. This should just be a quick commercial break. But Houston burning 2 timeouts in this first half already. We've seen it a few times over the course of these streams that, teams are a little bit less or a little bit more afraid of burning their timeouts with the lack of reviews now with the challenge system. Back last year and the couple years before, the last 2 minutes would take forever because of the every time under 2 minutes you could ask for a review if you wanted to. Now you can only have one challenge now, and that can be used whenever. But not only did Houston waste a timeout there, but there's 1.4 seconds left on the shot clock. So you have to think that is not a timeout that Kelvin Sampson liked to take. But if they can score here, it'll probably be worth it. So they've raised it to 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Still, probably not worth the timeout, especially with it being in the first half here. But they're going to have a chance to steal a bucket here. 3 seconds left on the clock. It'll be Houston ball underneath. Uzan will be the trigger. They throw it to Sharp, who's going to take it from the corner, fading away, and it's good. So Emmanuel Sharp for 3. Hits his 4th 3 of the ball game, and Houston is back within 1. So what do I know? Good timeout there from Houston. It saved him 3 points. Lipsy now off of the double pin down. Jefferson shovels it to Buchanan. Pump fake. It's blocked by Tugler. Buchanan gets it back and is fouled again by Houston. Kelvin Sampson wanted a travel. But man, that is a tough shot there by Emmanuel Sharp. Catching it in the corner, fading away. And he made it. It's nothing but net. But Houston over the limit of 10 fouls. So this will be 2 free throws for Iowa State. And it'll be Blake Buchanan again, who misses again. He is now 1 for 5 on the game with 2 missed front ends. So if he was able to knock these through, they'd have a little bit of a lead here. 2:45 remaining in the first half. Buchanan again from the free throw line. This one is good. So Iowa State up 35-33. 8 of 13 from the line for Iowa State. 2 of 4 for Houston. Tugler now looking for it, and Jefferson grabs Sharp. So that is the 5th foul on Iowa State. That'll be Jefferson's first. Now Flemings has it. He wants the screen from Tugler. No, he doesn't. He short rolls it. Tugler now, free throw line. Sprays it out to Sharp. Now it's corner triple. That is off. That was McCarty who missed the 3, but the ball goes out of bounds. They nearly get it back. Or they do get it back. Heisey is unable to get the rebound. And it'll stay here with Houston. It's Sharp who gets it underneath. He lays it up and he is fouled. This will be on Buchanan. So Emmanuel Sharp will go to the line with a chance to tie the game. Nope, Sharp knocks the first one through. And Sharp goes 2 for 2, and we're tied at 35. So this one has lived up to the expectations so far. We've had a back and forth affair, but we're right where we started, all tied up. 2 minutes left in the first half. Lipsy turns the corner. Lipsy lays it up and in. So a nice job from Lipsy there to discard the defender without pushing off. He lays it up and in to give Iowa State the lead. Flemings now fires it over to Uzan, guarded by Heisey. Uzan wants the screen. Hesitation to Tugler, and he throws it down. So we are back tied up at 37. That is Tugler's second basket of the game. 5 assists already for Uzan in the first half. Lipsy now to Jefferson, Momcilovic. They are really, and it's a step back triple, and it is good. They are really on him. Uzan was right there. Wasn't enough as Momcilovic hits the 3, and Iowa State leads by 3. 40-37, definitely a little bit of a higher scoring game than I thought it would be. Uzan probing, looking for something here. He gets the switch. It's Momcilovic. Uzan, shake and bake. Uzan, floater, fading to the side, and he is fouled. So it'll be 2 free throws for Milos Uzan. They're showing the Lipsy play where he just ripped it right through there. Tugler was unable to make an impact on that play. Then he comes down and dunks it at the other end. And then Momcilovic hits the contested 3. He's only got 2 threes up in this first half, and if you're from a Houston point of view, that's pretty good, but he's made both of them, and he's got 8 points. The first free throw from Uzan is good. And 2 for 2 for Uzan. And Iowa State is within 1. They still do have their use it or lose it timeout. We'll see if they try and use it here to go 2 for 1. Doesn't look like it. Double stagger for Lipsy. Short roll to Plata. He lays it up and he blows it. And he commits a foul trying to get the rebound. So this will be free throws for Houston. Iowa State in the penalty. It's going to be Plata's second foul of the first half. Probably just a little bit of frustration there after missing the layup. So it's a 1-1 for Milos Uzan, who just made 2 30 seconds ago. So the first free throw is good to tie the game at 40. It's been a good first half for the offenses. Both teams shooting above 50% from the field. So Uzan, the second free throw is no good. So we are tied up at 40 here. A chance for a 2 for 1 if Iowa State go quick. Lipsy takes the long 2 and he hits it. And about 3 seconds left in between the game and the shot clock. Probably not a 2 for 1 opportunity here. But Houston looks like they're going to hold for 1. 20 seconds left. Can Iowa State get a stop and get themselves to halftime with the lead? Uzan gets the switch. Uzan drives past Momcilovic. He lays it up, no good. And there's a foul on the rebound by Miller. And this will be 2 free throws for Iowa State. Kelvin Sampson not happy about that one. Just a really needless foul. 4 seconds left and the ball's on the floor. For Iowa State to pick that up and then bring it down the other end, probably wouldn't have been able to do that. So, a mistake there by Miller, and it might cost his team some points. So it'll be Killian Toure to the line for 2. He is 71% from the line on the season. Iowa State, the worst free throw shooting team in the Big 12 at 67%, and Toure misses another one here off the back iron. So Iowa State leaving some points on the line here in this first half, 8 of 14. Houston 7 of 10 themselves. Iowa State missed 2 front ends too. So you can make the argument that it's 8 of 16. So Toure knocks it through. 43-40 Iowa State. 4.7 seconds left. Sure, a little bit of time. Sharp. They throw it into him. Sharp. Jump stop. Half court shot is very close, but no good. So that is it for the first half. It's Iowa State 43, Houston 40. We'll be back after the break for the second half. Don't go anywhere. Alrighty, fellas, we're back for the second half. It's 43-40 Iowa State. They're rolling through some of the highlights from the first half. It was a great start to the game by Iowa State. It was a great response from Houston, and then it was pretty even after that. Definitely something that we thought would happen. Not this many points, though. That is something that I did not see coming. Both teams shooting the ball pretty well, over 50% from the field. A lot of fouls for Houston that first half. That is something to look out for as they try and get through the rest of this game, navigating some serious foul trouble, especially in their forward department. But it is Houston who's going to control the ball first to start the second half. What does Houston have as their first play? A little fade for Sharp. They're doubling them. Iowa State forced into some rotation. Uzan backing up out of it. Tipped to Sharp. Uzan slices through and he loses it. So a turnover to start the second half for Houston. And Iowa State controlled the ball. Yeah, really good defense there by Iowa State. They forced Houston so far out and they were ultimately able to turn them over. Now, Houston's got the ball tied up as well. So it'll stay here with Iowa State. Iowa State threw Houston a little bit of taste of their own medicine. They're blitzing that screen, getting the turnover. Then Houston does the same to Lipsy on the other end. All right, so Lipsy has it here for the first offensive possession. They short roll it to Jefferson, and Buchanan throws it down. So really nice, quick passing there. And Iowa State up by 5. Sharp now in the corner. Kicks it to Uzan. Uzan has Jefferson on him. A little bit of a mismatch. Sinak is going to take the 3 from the left wing. That is off, but it's Tugler with the rebound. They've trapped him in the corner. He throws it into Uzan. Now back to Tugler. Now back to Uzan. Guarded by Buchanan. Mismatch here. Uzan takes the triple. It's in and out. Sinak with the rebound, and he throws it down. So a couple of second and third opportunities there for Houston. And they're back within 3. And a quick bump foul there by Sharp up at the top of the key. Couldn't let Lipsy get around him there. All right, so now Lipsy short rolls it again, and there's a double dribble on Taman Lipsy. You don't see that very often. So turnover for Iowa State. And Houston will have a chance to cut into this lead. Flemings drives past Toure. Kicks it to Tugler. He is blocked. Lipsy handles. So a nice block there by Buchanan. Jefferson now taking it from the 3-point line on Sanaki. Goes right past him and he lays it in. So Joshua Jefferson taking it off the bounce to restore Iowa State's 5-point lead. The Hilton Coliseum on its feet. They give it to Sanak, kicks it to Flemings, corner triple, yes. So Kingston Flemings silences the crowd for the time being, and Houston is back within 2. They short roll it again to Joshua Jefferson. He's got Sanak on him. Now he's got Uzan on him. Corner 3 for Lipsy. No, after a couple of bounces. Scramble situation, it's corralled by Uzan. Houston bringing it forward. Now they'll have a chance to tie it or take the lead. Flemings. Now his tour on him. Flemings. refuses the screen, goes baseline, lays it up, and he misses. Sinak with the rebound. Fleming's back in the corner for the lead. No. Rebounded by Sinak again. Sharp now for the lead. No. Long rebound. Rebounded by Sinak again, and he is fouled. So Iowa State not putting bodies on bodies here in this second half, and it's been a number of offensive rebounds already for Houston. Kelvin Sampson and the Houston bench loves that effort from Chris Sinak. Earned his team a couple more possessions there. So Uzan has it for Houston. Short clock here. Sharp's going to have to put it up. Sharp takes it all the way, and he is fouled just before the shot clock goes off. So a little bit of a bailout there. This is going to be on the floor, so it'll be Houston ball side out. 16:22 remaining. We are nearing our first media timeout here in the second half. Sharp takes the floater. No. Rebounded by Heisey, and he is hit in the head, and they're going to get Sharp with this foul. So 5 fouls already. 4 fouls already in this second half. And we haven't even hit the first media. So free throw is definitely going to be a part of this game, and that is 100% the correct call. Not only does he hit him in the face, but he also hits him in the arm. Yeah, and Nate Heisey's got some blood on his face right now. He's going to have to get that taken care of. They are going to review this. I don't really see it being upgraded because it's clearly not intentional. But we'll have to see. You never know with referees these days. So they're going to go to a commercial here. I'm going to take a break with them because I have no idea how long this commercial break will be. We'll be back in just a minute. So we're back here. Iowa State leading 47-45 here. I believe that was immediate timeout. We'll see if we get another one here. But it's Jefferson who is down low. He kicks it to Momcilovic for three. No. Rebounded by Flemings. Flemings putting on the Jets. Flemings loses it. Ball's on the floor. It's recovered by Iowa State. So Jefferson first to the ground. He gets the cycle into another possession. Lipsey going downhill. Kicks it to Jefferson. Pump fake. Jefferson drives. Kicks it to Lipsey. Lipsey has Sacco on him. Quick double for Jefferson. He fires it over to Lipsey. Lipsey back to Jefferson. Corner pocket. No. Rebounded by McCarty. And Usan will bring it forward for Houston. So a couple of good looks there for Iowa State, unable to go down. Sacco has it guarded by Plata, and it's Flemings now. Kingston Flemings. They're icing the ball screen, and Plata's going to give a foul about 45 feet away from the basket. That's not something that you really want to do there. That is his third foul of the game, so a quick cameo for him there is he's going to have to go back to the bench. So no media timeout here, so that was the under 16 media timeout last time. Flemings will go to the bench also for Houston. Sharp will come back in. It's Usan, Sharp, Senak, Sacco, and Harwell on the floor for Houston. It's Lipsey, Bateman, Jefferson, Momcilovic, and Buchanan for Iowa State. But Houston has a chance to tie it or take the lead here. Really, really hard hedges and even ices at times and blitzes for Iowa State guarding these ball screens. Usan guarded by Bateman. Shake and bake. Kicks it to Sharp in the corner. Now it's Senak. Top of the key. He's going to let it fly. Bang. Chris Senak from downtown, and Houston have a second half lead. Oops, sorry. Too much time off there. 14:30. So Chris Senak, 38% from three on the season. He knocks that down. Bateman loses it on the dribble handoff, and they're going to call Emmanuel Sharp with the foul. That is going to be his third foul. He doesn't like the call. But they've been calling it a little tighter in this second half. He's probably going to have to take a rest for a little bit here. Yep, and Sharp does get his arm in there. And it's a turnover. Flemings going the other way. Kicks it. Harwell. Corner three. Yes. So Harwell hits from downtown, and Houston takes a 4-point lead. So back-to-back three-pointers for the Cougars. Turn this game on its head. It's a 9-0 run. It's Bateman from way downtown here. He misses. Bad shot there by Iowa State. And Flemings will walk it forward for the Cougars. They're getting him a high ball screen. They're hard icing it. Trying to get him out. Harwell, another corner three. No. Rebounded by Buchanan. And Iowa State will look to push it the other direction. That would have definitely gotten Iowa State to call a timeout if that had gone, but it doesn't, and now they can cut it down from 4. Buchanan refuses the dribble handoff, and he throws it down. So a nice play there by Buchanan, and it's back to a 2-point game. The Hilton Coliseum on its feet. Can Iowa State find a way to win this basketball game? It's been neck and neck the entire way. But it's Houston with the ball here. It's Usan and Lipsey who sort of slips and gets in the way of Usan here. It'll be called for the block. Yeah, it looks so much emphasis on Lipsey potentially getting the dribble handoff there, and Buchanan just keeps it. And Sacco is already behind him. And that is a 0-footer, so he's able to throw that down. So 51-49 Houston here with 13 minutes and change left in this one. Flemings now on the right. Tugler has it at the post. Tugler kicks it. Uzan for three. In and out. Rebounded by Sinak. Uzan driving. Probing. Guarded by Bateman. Uzan has Momcilovic on him. Crossover. Slides through. Lays it up. Off the window and in. So Milos Uzan with the contested 2 to go. And Houston is back up by 4. 53-49. 12 and a half minutes remaining. Buchanan now hands it off to Momcilovic. Momcilovic, free throw line jumper, no good. Tough, contested mid-range there for Iowa State. Doesn't go. Houston up 4 with a chance to extend it. Flemings drives past Lipsy, pulls up from mid-range. That is pure. Kingston, Flemings, and Houston take a 6-point lead. We are under 12, so immediate timeout beckoning here. It's Momcilovic who kicks it. Bateman, sidestep for 3. No. Feels like a big miss there. And Flemings is able to bring it the other way in transition. He's waving the troops. Flemings dribbles. Harwell, corner 3. Wide open. No. Rebound is on the floor. It's grabbed by Heisey in transition here for Iowa State. Heisey takes it all the way to the hoop, and he blows the layup. Uzan here in transition. Sampson asking him to slow it down and set up a play. Just over 11 minutes left in this one. It's 55-49 Houston. The hectic game being slowed down a little bit here by Houston. Uzan to Sinak. Looked for the 3, doesn't get it. Pump fakes, now it's back to Uzan. Uzan floater, no. Loose ball foul at Iowa State on the rebound. So it'll be Houston ball when we come back. The Cougars lead by 5 at the under 12 timeout. We will be back after the break. So we were back from the break, and it's Kingston Flemings who's going to take a corner three, and he knocks it down. Kingston Flemings gives Houston a 9-point lead. Feels like this is danger time for Iowa State here. Toure on the drive. He lays it up in it. So much needed basket there for Iowa State. Can they pair up that basket with another stop? Sinak for three. No. Ball's on the floor, and it's a loose ball foul on Houston. So Tugler and Houston don't love that call, but it's probably the right one. Can Iowa State cut into this 7-point lead? It'll be Toure who runs a point here for the Cyclones. Iowa State just 4 of 12 from the field in the second half. Jefferson drives, kicks it to Toure. Toure drives. He flips it to Buchanan, and he is fouled before then. Probably a good foul for Houston because it would have been a dunk for Buchanan if that ball was let through. Five fouls on both teams now, as we're just about 3/4 of the way through this one. So free throws coming soon. Momcilovic sidesteps, still can't get the three off. Really good defense from Houston. Buchanan, Heisey on the double pin down, throws it over to Momcilovic for three. No. Rebounded by Jefferson. Our ball's on the floor. Jefferson has it. Kicks it to Heisey. Buchanan drives. He gets it poked free, and they're going to call a foul on Houston on the poke free. So Houston does not like that call either, as you could probably guess. See, Buchanan drives here. Yeah. Both of the Houston players did reach, and that is why Buchanan ultimately sort of coughed the ball up. So Tugler commits the foul. He doesn't like the call, but it's probably the right one. And it'll be Iowa State ball underneath here. They throw it into Heisey. Jefferson looking for it. Top of the key. He's going to take the triple. Boy, do they need this, and it's no good. Rebounded by Miller. And Houston coming forward. Flemings drives. Flemings blocked by Jefferson. Joshua Jefferson will push it in transition for Iowa State. Jefferson kicks it out to Toure. Heisey now on the dribble handoff. Fires it over to Jefferson. Jefferson guarded by Harwell. Leaves it off to Buchanan, and he throws it down. So Blake Buchanan brings Iowa State within 5. Some really solid ball movement there for Iowa State. And we're under 9 minutes to go here. Flemings, now Sacco, looking for Harwell. Harwell drives, kicks it to Sinak. Now Flemings, guarded by Heisey. They're really, really sitting on Flemings' right hand. He can go left. Now it's a little bit of a zone look here. Flemings goes to the free throw line, gives it off to Sacco, and he throws it down. Sacco finds the weak spot in that 2-3, and he dunks it home to restore Houston's 7-point lead. Toure on the drive on Flemings. He waits, and he's blocked. Miller has it in transition, one-on-one with Momcilovic. Miller lays it up, and it's short. Toure now has it. Momcilovic drives, pump fakes, kicks it. Jefferson, wide open three. No. And a loose ball foul on Iowa State. So the Cyclones missing some key, important, wide open shots here that could pull this thing a bit closer, but they've been unable to fall. It's Houston 60, Iowa State 53. This is the Under 8 Media Timeout. Oh, we are back from the break here. Harwell did hit the ground there and looked like he, at the very minimum, tweaked his ankle. So we gotta hope he's okay. He's walking around over by the bench. But nope, now it looks like he's gonna go into the locker room. No. 5 of 17 from the field in the second half from Iowa State. They're gonna have to hit some more shots than that to come back in this one. They trail by 7 here with 7 and under 8 minutes left. Houston has the ball with Uzan, who brings it across the timeline. Harwell is over there trying to stretch it out. Feels he's trying to go through it, but I don't know. Uzan now gets the double stagger. Gets Momcilovic on him. Uzan crosses over, loses his balance. Now he's trapped in the corner. Fires it across to McCarty. Back to Uzan for 3. No, it's short. And Iowa State cannot finish off the defensive play with a rebound. It's out of bounds. Houston ball. So Plata hits the box out there, but he's unable to corral the ball. 7 second half offensive rebounds for Houston. Harwell comes back in. So good news for Houston on that front. Flemings gets it back after passing it in. Harwell now back to Kingston Flemings. Flemings now gets the switch on Momcilovic. Flemings, shake and bake, 3 ball. Bang! Kingston Flemings gives Houston a 10-point lead with about 7 minutes remaining. That was just simply, I'm better than you, so I'm going to score on you. And Flemings hits from downtown. He's at 20. Play to short rolls. It has Harwell on him. He's going to take his time, and he's going to block it. But it's going to go through the basket to block that, so it'll be a 2 points for Iowa State. But Flemings gets the mismatch that he likes, and he just steps right into that triple, and he knocks it down. Not much else you can do defensively there. So it's Houston ball here, up 8 with 6:49 remaining. Can Iowa State pull this thing closer and make it a game down the stretch, or Houston? Can they get across the line with perhaps their biggest win of the season? Iowa State just beat Kansas by 18 here on Saturday, 2 days ago. Uzan, now Harwell. Flemings now has Bateman on him, and he loses it. Ball's on the floor, and it's grabbed by Iowa State, and they're going to call a foul on Houston. So it'll be free throws for Iowa State with 6:19 remaining. A chaotic play there. It looked like Iowa State had it, then it looked like Flemings had stolen it back, and then it looked like Iowa State was going to have a fast break, but they call a foul. Actually, they're going to call a kick there, so it is not free throw. A kickball violation, so no free throws for Iowa State. Lipsy now turns it over. Nope, they're going to call a kick on Houston. Tugler is begging his coach to do something about it. I don't think he can challenge this. Oh, man, that's a terrible call. That is a terrible call. That's Tugler's hand and not his foot. Bateman for 3. Can they take advantage of the call? Yes, they can. Bateman from downtown, and it's a 5-point game. Jamarion Bateman. Big time shot after getting a gift from the referee. Hilton's on its feet. Can they get Iowa State back in this game? But it's Tugler and Houston first. Tugler's got to be careful there. He's swinging the elbows a little bit. Flemings kicks it to Uzan, guarded by Heisey. Uzan, shake and bake. Uzan, nicely done by Heisey. Short clock here. Uzan kicks it. Harwell for 3. No, air ball. And that's a shot clock violation on Houston. So Iowa State using their defensive intensity to try and get back in this one. And Bateman here from way downtown, that's pure. That's a replay of the last play. I contradicted myself there. So it's Iowa State ball, down 5 here with 5.5 minutes remaining. It was a really close game in the first half. Houston has controlled a majority of the second half. Looks like they're going to review something here. Kelvin Sampson doesn't like the fact that they're reviewing this, so maybe it's something happened with them. Not sure what they're looking at yet. Could potentially be a hook and hold maybe on that rebound attempt on the air ball by Harwell. I'm going to turn the volume on so I can hear what they're talking about. Oh. So they're looking back at that play with Tugler that I said earlier he was going to have to be careful. He does swing his arm, and he does hit Plata in the face there. So I would be surprised if this is not upgraded. This should be a flagrant one on Houston. So, no, the Iowa State crowd does not like it. Looks like they're going to let this thing go. Tugler, very, very lucky that was not called on him because he was swinging his elbows and he got the Iowa State defender in the face. So it looks like they're just going to let that thing go, and it's going to be Iowa State ball here. Down 5, 5:29 remaining. So it'll be Lipsy who brings it up for Iowa State. We've got a close one down the stretch here. What can Iowa State do? Lipsy backing out of the double, throws it in, and Plata dunks it home. So a little bit of a breakdown there by Houston. And Iowa State has had a 7-0 run to pull this thing back close. It's been Usain and Flemings for the most part for Houston. We have not seen Sharp in quite a long time because of foul trouble. Usain now has Lipsy on him. A little bit of a mismatch, and they switch it to Jefferson. Kicks it. Flemings wanted to shoot it in the corner. He didn't. Bateman, and they're doubling in the corner. Flemings for the corner. Off the side of the backboard. No good. Heisey with the rebound. Iowa State going to push it forward. Now he's going to retreat. Iowa State down 3. They can tie it or cut it even closer here. Buchanan and Momcilovic are at the table about to check in. Jefferson driving Sinak. Jefferson spins. Jefferson lays it up and in. Joshua Jefferson pulls Iowa State within 1. 32 straight games of double-figure points for Jefferson. A 9-0 run. Flemings now kicks it to Harwell, and the pass isn't great, so he's just going to have to pick it up and retreat. Back to Flemings, guarded by Bateman. Flemings goes left, kicks it to Usain. Harwell for 3. No. Tugler tips it out, but it's Heisey who gets it. Iowa State can take the lead. Bateman for 3. Way off. But Lipsy with the rebound and is fouled. So Iowa State have shut off the water on the defensive end here the last few minutes. They were down 63-53. They have brought it all the way back to a 1-point game. This is the final media timeout. It'll be 2 free throws for Lipsy when we come back. We are back from the final media timeout. 3:45 remaining in this one. It's Houston 63, Iowa State 62 at Hilton Coliseum. It's been an amazing back and forth game. Big Monday is delivering yet again in the Big 12. It's Tim and Lipsy for 2. First free throw is good, and we are tied. Iowa State has not led since 17 minutes left in the second half. Iowa State's defense has gotten them back in this game. Lipsy, short, unable to give Iowa State the lead, and we are tied at 63. 10-0 run, lasting over 3 minutes for Iowa State to tie this game. Houston hasn't had a point in almost 4 minutes. Uzan hasn't done much here with the clock. They throw it wide open to Sinak. He lays it in. So a little bit of a defensive breakdown there by Iowa State. And it's Houston that take the lead. So Chris Sinak got hit a little bit after the play was over in the face. He's going to head to the bench. He should be all right. Maybe he got poked in the eye or something. So 3:20 remaining. Houston lead by 2. It's Iowa State ball. A double stagger for Lipsy. Momchilovich and a Buchanan floppy layup, no good. Ball is out of bounds. No, they're going to get Houston with a timeout. What a great play there by Tugler. I mean, his back hit out of bounds and surely would have been Iowa State ball if he had not gotten that timeout. What a great play there by Tugler to get Houston another possession. It was a really good play. It ended up being a Buchanan little floater. It doesn't go in. And then the scramble situation looked like it was going to be out of bounds off Houston, but Tugler gets it and calls timeout. This is the first called timeout of the second half, so this will be a media. We'll be back after the break. We are back from the final media timeout. Blake Buchanan had a pretty bad nosebleed after that play, but he's got a nose plug and he is back in the game. It's Houston ball with 3 minutes and change remaining in this one. It's been a great game. Who will get across the line here? It's Houston ball up 2. Uzan will bring it up. Guarded by Bateman. Uzan trying to drive. No, it's Sharp. He's going to take the triple, and he's going to miss. Rebounded by Lipsy. Good look for Sharp. He's unable to make it. Lipsy going downhill. Lipsy is fouled by Kingston Flemings. Lipsy a little bit out of control there on the drive. He may have been a little bit lucky to get that call. So it'll be 2 free throws for Tammin Lipsy. He's 65% on the year, 3 of 4 on the day. If you're Iowa State, you cannot be leaving points at the free throw line. Lipsy's first free throw is short. So his last 2 free throws have been short. Houston will host Arizona on Saturday. And Lipsy goes 0 for 2. So 2 huge misses there for Iowa State. Could have tied the game. He misses them both. Flemings looking for Sharp. Flemings driving, kicks, 3-ball for Uzan in the corner. He is fouled. Not on the shot. Pump fake. So it'll be 2 free throws for Milos Uzan here. Houston has a chance to extend their lead with 2:27 remaining. Bateman left his feet there. That was always going to be a foul. It is a 1-1 for Uzan. Big free throws here. It's their first of the second half. Uzan misses the front end. It's rebounded by Heisey. So both teams leaving some free throw or some points at the free throw line. Lipsy will get it across, and Iowa State will look to tie the game or take the lead. It's a double stagger for Lipsy. Throws it to Buchanan. Bateman for the corner, for the lead. Yes! Jamarion Bateman hits his second 3 of the game, and Iowa State have the lead. 2 minutes remaining. Hilton Coliseum, it's on his feet. 13-2 run over the last 5 minutes for Iowa State. Flemings on the drive. Free throw line pull up. That's good. Kingston Flemings quiets the crowd for the time being, and Houston is back in front. 22 for Flemings on the day. They're going back to this double stagger. Jefferson now kicks it to Heisey, driving on Flemings. Can't. Bateman wants the triple. Sharp pokes it free. Bateman gets it back. Buchanan, now Lipsy has it. Short clock here for Iowa State. Tammin Lipsy. They blitz it. Jefferson fires. Heisey, corner 3. Yes! Nate Heisey from the corner gives Iowa State the lead. 3 for 3 on the day for the Northern Iowa transfer. And Iowa State leads 69-67. 1 minute remaining. Flemings, the ball's in his hands. Uzan, now back to Flemings, guarded by Bateman. Sampson calling out for the screen. Flemings trying to go around it. Throws it into Sinak. Sharp. Short clock. He's going to have to throw one up. Out of control. It's an air ball. And a shot clock violation. So Iowa State's defense coming up huge here in the last 6 minutes of this ball game. They're pairing that up with a couple of made shots at the other end, and that is how they've been able to come back in this one. But Heisey with the quick trigger to get it over Flemings, and he knew that was in right away. So 43.5 seconds left. There's about 13 seconds left in between the game and the shot clock. It looks like Houston is going to play defense this one out. 30 seconds remaining. Jefferson on the drive. Jefferson is blocked by Tugler. Shot clock is off. 20 seconds remaining. Houston has a chance to tie the game. And Kelvin Sampson will call his final timeout. So Tugler saves what was a clean look for Jefferson. And he gets the ball back, and Houston will have a chance to tie it or take the lead. They're going to commercial, but it's going to be a quick one here. This one has come down to the wire. It's been a great basketball game. Both of these teams are national championship threats. That is for sure. And they're replaying that block by Tugler there. It looked like it may have gotten up on the glass first, but after replay, it hasn't. So great defensive play there, which gives Houston a chance. 20 seconds left. You'd have to think it's going to be Kingston Flemings or Milos Uzan who's going to take this shot. "16-4 run over the last 6.5 minutes have pulled this thing close for Iowa State. But they're going to have to get one more stop and make some free throws to win this one. Houston is 12 of 34 from 3 on the day. Iowa State 9 of 22. Hilton Coliseum on its feet. Can they get the Cyclones one more stop? Flemings has the ball in. And we are underway. 15 seconds remaining. Flemings calling out the play. Not much going on here for Houston. They're going to have to do something. Flemings drives, loses his balance, kicks it to Sanak. Free throw line mid-range is no good, and Iowa State gets the rebound and is fouled. So it didn't seem like the cleanest offensive set there for Houston, and Blake Buchanan is going to have a chance to put this one away for Iowa State. It's a good drive from Flemings. He does a good job while losing his feet to keep possession of the ball, and then Sanak, the little push shot from about 10 feet, is way short, and Buchanan gets the rebound. But remember, this is a 1-1, and Buchanan is really bad from the free throw line. So this one is not over yet. Houston are out of timeouts. So Buchanan has a chance to make it a 3-point game. No. Rebound is made by Lipsey, and Houston has to commit the foul. So what a huge offensive rebound on a missed free throw that might be the difference in this one. This is a big brick off the back iron, and it's Tamin Lipsey, the shortest guy on the floor, who gets the rebound. Now, he's not great from the free throw line either, so this is still not over yet. Emmanuel Sharp has fouled out of the ball game. But it is 2 free throws for Lipsey here. If Lipsey can make 2, they will win the basketball game. If he makes the first one, I promise you Iowa State's going to call a timeout and think about fouling up 3. It's Jefferson to the line, actually. Jefferson was the one who was fouled. So Joshua Jefferson, 69% on the season. The first free throw is good. And so no timeout here from Iowa State. Interesting. I thought they would want to think about fouling up 3 if they missed this one. 11 of 21 on the day from the free throw line for Iowa State. A couple of front ends missed in there too. But Jefferson misses, does not get the roll. Flemings half full court shot for the tie. No. Iowa State comes from behind and pulls off the comeback. The Cyclones improved to 23-3 and 10-3 in the conference, and Houston takes their 3rd loss of the year. What a great game. It's the Cyclones who get the victory. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.